Good evening, everyone. Today's topic is, should it be illegal for pit bulls to be pets? Okay, so imagine this scenario. A mother and a daughter is at the park. They are playing and this dog runs up and attacks this little girl. The mom has to rush in, get the girl, rush her to the ER where the girl has to have 11 stitches put in her face. So, contrary to what you might be thinking, this was not a pit bull attack. This was indeed a Boston Terrier who ran up and the girl was trying to pat this dog and the dog then bit her on the face. So, people need to have a better knowledge and understanding of the pit bull breed before we chastise and ban a whole breed of dog over a misunderstood reality of what we think a pit bull is. As a pit bull owner for the last 17 years, and I currently own 2, I assure you, pit bulls are a very loving and affectionate dog, and they have just been given a bad name. We all know what most people think when they think of pit bull: vicious killers. But hopefully today, I can give you a better insight to just how great they can actually be as pets and companions. To begin, we will talk about how pit bulls make great family dogs. Pit bulls are very loyal and make great family dogs. For centuries, pit bulls have been used as farm dogs, family dogs, and service dogs all around the world. It's not until the last 25 years or so pit bulls got a bad name, and this is for various reasons, which we will get to later on. It's not until the last 25 years that they have been given this bad name because of pit bulls in the 80s. It became real popular to fight pit bulls and to fight dogs, and with the mainstream media, it all brought it to light, along with the emergence of gangster rap music and rappers and drug dealers using these dogs, giving them a bad name. Actually, pit bulls have been owned by some of the nation's most famous and well-respected individuals. A few of these are Helen Keller, Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Edison, Mark Twain, and Fred Astaire. According to the Denver Post in England, pit bulls are known as the nanny dog, or the children's nursemaid, because of their gentle and nurturing demeanor towards children. My pit bulls love my children. They play all the time, they ride them like horses, and never once have I ever been scared for my child's safety. They play fetch, tug of war, and they follow my children around everywhere. Also, the American Temperament Test Society, which is the place where they test dogs to see how they react through aggression towards different aspects. They test their aggression, their loyalty, and shyness around various phases of threats. And they state that a pit bull has an 86% pass rate, which places it top 5 stable breeds in the country. Pit bulls are taught aggression through mistraining and neglect of bad owners. Next, pit bulls make great protection dogs. The American Pit Bull Terrier Association states pit bulls are a loyal, people-oriented breed who thrive as part of a family and will protect its family without hesitation. Pit bulls can provide protection for many aspects. They can protect your property, your house, as well as yourself. My dogs follow my children everywhere. If my kids are in the backyard playing, you can be assured my dogs are there somewhere watching over them. If my children move to the front yard, the dogs will get up and they will follow my children to the front yard, just watching over them, just checking the surroundings, making sure everything's okay. Lastly, pit bulls make a great candidate to be trained as service dogs. This can be seen on the website Service Dog Certification, which states that pit bulls make excellent service dogs and are actually highly sought after. They also go on to say that their loyal, dedicated, intuitive nature make them a great emotional support dog. As well, they react well to various health issues such as low blood sugar or oncoming seizures, which makes them great health support dogs. Many foundations across the country are starting up in support of the pit bull breed. According to the Fair Housing Act, it is actually illegal to discriminate or ban a person anywhere in the country that has a pit bull, as long as the pit bull is being used as a service dog. Another one is the Animal Farm Foundation's Assistant Dog Training Program, which currently has 4 locations nationwide. And these train pit bulls for mobility dogs. They are trained to pull wheelchairs as well as push wheelchairs, and they help elderly and disabled people with their balance. They will walk beside them wherever they go to help balance them, and they are trained if they fall to help that person get back up again. Another group is Pits for Pats, and they train rescued pit bulls that they get from drug dealers or abandoned or from shelters, and they train them as comfort, therapy, and support dogs for veterans, police officers, and firefighters. The co-founder, which her name is Kelly Yearwood, says veterans, first responders, and firefighters react well with pit bulls because both has been through a lot of trauma and they form a unique bond. There's actually a girl on the campus of the school that I go to who brings her service dogs to school. And of the 4 service dogs she has had, 2 of them are pit bulls. And of all of her training dogs, she said her famous one is a pit bull. Even though he is retired, she still has him at her house because they formed such a close bond. I hope I have told you enough today to make you realize pit bulls are not bad, but through improper training and owner neglect, they have been given this bad name. Because of their loyalty, the protection they can offer you and your family, and their ability to make great service animals, the thought of banning this wonderful creature should never, ever be considered. I would like to close by telling you about 2 of the most famous dogs of all time. The first is Petey, off of Little Rascals. Yes, Petey was indeed a pit bull, and in this show, he is portrayed as a friendly, loving, and funny dog. The American Pit Bull Terrier has always been seen as one of the most respectful dogs in history. And lastly is Sergeant Stubby. Sergeant Stubby has been called one of the most decorated war dogs of all time, and is the only dog to be nominated for rank, then promoted through his efforts in war as sergeant. And Stubby was indeed a pit bull as well. Thank you.